Hello and welcome to Topper Talk installment number 3, where we're going to actually view the Topper activity as a whole with all the component parts together. Remember installment number 1, we unpacked the Topper, the packaging, and described the elements of that and described the value added pieces. We also talked about in installment 2 the audio quick start and how you set your brain, set your environment, and set your students up for success by answering those questions. Maybe not all of those questions in the quick start, but a majority of them, all inherent in the structured teaching, evidence-based programming. And of course, like I said before, the whole design and function of the Topper is for independence, and that should be a goal for all of our students or clients, whether it's at school, at work, at home. Independence in activities to better have self-determination for their progress, for their abilities. So, and justifications again. The Topper is a blend of all of our evidence-based programs, interventions, strategies. It uses structured teaching elements. It's predictable. It's an inherent predictable product. It has visual supports. It uses scheduling, all of the and it uses the story-based interventions, as long as and as well as. And I didn't describe this in our first 2 installments, but it also helps with positive behavior supports. Now, if you have a student with a positive behavior support plan or behavior modifications in the adaptation portion of the IEP or of a case or with their case intervention plan or family intervention plan. So if the student does have a goal or some kind of mention of needed positive behavior supports, the Topper is something that can help with the predictability of their environment and may reduce unwanted behaviors, increase wanted behaviors, and there is a lot of evidence with structured teaching and the decrease of unwanted behavior. So you can use the Topper as a behavior support system. Okay, so we are going to be looking at this workstation format. Again, it's portable, it's easy to use, it's easy to move around. So this is the real deal. I'm going to switch around the camera so that you can see it. I wish I had a video journalist or videographer to help me with this, but bear with me. This will be short and sweet and just an example of how I use the Topper for a student who was a freshman in high school. He was on an alternative curriculum, but we still wanted, of course, for him to meet the standards that his classmates meet. So this is a physical science standard-based activity that we used, and it's on electricity. So I will turn us around. I think. Okay, so I'm not able to turn my camera around for some reason. Okay, so this is our Topper and how it might work. Oh, that's not working. Okay, so starting from left to right, we have the to-do, and what I have here is a box task that we used with the required objects of the task so that we can lay that out and the student can see it. We have a social story explaining why we're doing this, what electricity is, how it's important in our life. I also have a schedule of events that will be happening, and then we have a clear done area where it shows how the task should be completed. a picture of that. Along with that, we have the reward tokens box. And this particular reward is an actual object or remote. It's a remote to a remote vacuum, and the student had a special interest in the vacuum, the robot vacuum. So after he was able to meet with these 5 tokens, and I just use a dry erase marker. So every time that he met my criteria as we were working with this, I would erase those tokens. Once these tokens are gone, he was able to have his reward. Okay, along with that, we have what I mentioned as a picture or a visual task analysis here. And I have pictures of every part or every task of that task analysis of this activity. And so what I did here, I'm sorry, this doesn't look, but when he was done doing one part of the task, I would cross it out and we'd move to the other. So it's underneath our transparent desk mat. So every time we were finished with that particular activity, we were able to mark that out. And when he finished the activity of putting the light switch and outlet together successfully, then that was the end of the task. Okay, so sorry that was kind of weird, but that's a real live topper activity that we've used in the past. So if you have any questions, let me know. The next installment, number 4, will be an idea or a task for an academic program. So just a simple alphabet program. So thank you all. Responses are welcome, and I appreciate all you're doing. Thank you so much.